Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I'm looking a bit strange because I've only got my base, eyebrows and some lip balm on. But that is because we're going to be reviewing some beautiful products from the Kiko Lost in Amalfi collection. I live for Kiko's marbled stuff, and especially the packaging on this collection is just beautiful. I love this blue, and this sort of like iridescent white is so lovely. I so desperately want to put these on my face, so let's just jump straight into it. I think first of all I'm going to start with cheap products. I'm going to take the bronzer here. This is the Kiko Lost in Amalfi Baked Bronzer in 01 Warm Melange. This is it swatched. It's a nice sort of warm tone, and it is a tiny like iridescence in it that's sort of gold, maybe that sort of warm iridescent. I've zoomed you in so you can see up close how it's going to look on my face. So it's really cloudy outside and the lighting keeps going in and out, so I apologize if I go really bright or cool or warm. That is what that is. I'm going to take this bronzer on my Morphe A3.2. Oh, very powdery. There's a lot of kickback that kind of came into the air. Even though it's quite a light tone, I am building it up sort of slowly in layers, like I'm dipping in once or twice and then applying instead of piling it on my brush. But it is giving a really nice warm effect. And there's a very slight sheen, but it's nothing too highlighty or anything. Just think it looks really healthy, to be honest. And it's no problems with blending or patchiness or anything. I've got a tiny bit of powder underneath. So that's how it looks on, and that's without. So I do think you can see a difference. You can see that just slight warmth. Really good for fair skin, actually. It doesn't look too orange or muddy or anything. Blends like a dream, actually. There's no lines or anything at all. It just sort of is very seamless, which I really like. The clouds have actually gone really dark. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm about to get a thunderstorm. But that actually shows you how it looks a bit more. You can see the pigment. And for such a light shade, I think that has given me really nice pigmentation. And if you look at the contrast of it on my hand, actually, it does look really warm on my hand. Hands are just very pale. On my face, I think it looks really natural and just flattering. Ooh, just put a lot on my nose there. Okay, I think I'm done with the bronzer. I really like that, like a lot, like that's so nice. And it just looks really healthy and warm, and I think it suits my skin tone a lot. And to be honest, I think it still will suit it even if I get a bit of a tan. I'm pretty sure this bronzer, it's actually quite more on the expensive side for drugstore makeup. I don't really know what you'd class Kiko as, but it is a really decent size. I'm pretty sure they do bigger than this, but I wouldn't want anything bigger. I've got a lot of bronzers and I need to work through them. But yeah, I think that has just settled into my skin and given a really nice sheen that you can see there. It just looks really healthy and flattering. Okay, so now blush. They also come as a marble formula similar to the bronzer. The packaging is just a little bit smaller, as you can see here. I have two shades. They do look really similar in the pan, but I do find that common with marbled blushes. So I have 01 First Sunrise here and 02 Silky Sand. I'll show you them swatched. These have a lot of shimmer running through them. Give me very similar vibes to Melange baked blushes. So if that is your thing, then you will enjoy these. But if you do not like a luminous blush, you won't like this. The distinction actually isn't coming up very much on camera, but this is 01 and this is 02. So I think 01 is just a little bit more pinky, whereas 02 is a bit more corally. They change a lot in the light, which I like. I think I'm gonna go with 01 just because I think it's gonna go with the eye that I've picked out a little bit better. And I'm gonna take it on my Real Techniques blush brush. I didn't even swirl a lot, so that is quite pigmented. But these are the two lighter shades. There was like some darker ones, which did look nice, but I do prefer just sort of light shades, especially for iridescent blushes. Otherwise, it's just way too much for my fair skin. Wow, the sheen that is giving is so lovely, but the shade is very subtle. It blends in with the bronzer really nicely, just with an extra little flush of pink, but not a lot to it. If you like a neutral blush, I would say this is definitely neutral, just with a lot of shimmer. Like you can see it. I look like I've got highlighter on, which is a nice one and done. That is a finish that you do struggle to get with cream blush, just this sort of glossy highlighter. It leans more glossy than glittery. There's no glitter in it. It just looks luminous and healthy. This being called the Lost in Amalfi range does really give me holiday vibes. Like this feels summer and holiday. and I like that all year round. I know this range has actually been out for a while, and I picked it up because one, the packaging is so beautiful, and two, it was on sale, and I've heard very good things about Kiko's products, and I wanted to give it a try. So I did get most of this actually for 50% off. But yeah, that is a lovely neutral, slight flush of pink, but more neutral blush. Gorgeous, very nice for pale skin. So I don't know whether to use this or not because that blush has already given me so much highlight. I feel like I have to. This here is the Kiko Lost in Amalfi Jelly Highlighter in 01 Ray of Light. Here it is. It sort of is a jelly highlighter. Ooh, it's got such an interesting texture. It's quite thick if you look at that, and look how iridescent it is. I'll go like this. Wow. That is so shimmery. So this is definitely the product you would not want to apply straight to your face because it would be crazy. Sort of rub it into the back of my hand. Gives that gorgeous finish. Very similar sort of end result as the Anastasia Beverly Hills one I used in Perla. And I'm just gonna use my fingertips and just put a little like C around my eyebrows. If we're going for that holiday look, we might as well just pile on the highlighter. Wow, I love that shade as well. For me, you can't see it straight on, there's no cast. It dries down, it doesn't have any tackiness that it felt like on the back of my hand. And it's very wet to blend out, but then it does dry down, which I like. And it is applying fine on top of powder as well. I love that, and I love the shade. Trying these products out at the end of January, it's just making me miss summer so much. Like, look at that glossy, juicy skin. For the eye look, I have these two Lost in Amalfi Metal Chrome eyeshadows. I have 01 Sparkling Champagne here. They did have a better sort of like swirl, but I did dip my finger in to swatch them, so it's not as nice. And 03 Gleaming Copper Rose. Very pretty. Let me swatch them for you. They feel very, very creamy and wet. Give me similar feeling to that jelly highlighter actually, just a little tiny bit less jelly-y. Very, very creamy. Sorry about the really messy swatches on my part, but this is 01 Sparkling Champagne and 03 Gleaming Copper Rose. They do have quite a reflect when the light hits them. It's very multi-dimensional. I think the best way to show you how these look is to put them on my eyes. So we're gonna do that. I feel like I need a slight base. I'm gonna just take the bronzer on my Morphe A11 brush, just a blending brush, and just sweep that across my lid and in the crease. And having that bronzer in the crease as well will just tie the whole look together really well. There you go, so that's just a tiny bit more depth in my eye. And I think I'm gonna take 03 Gleaming Copper Rose on my ring finger. And I guess, yeah, swiping works better. Little swiping motions. Interesting formula. It does feel very, very creamy and jelly-like. I'm just gonna go in with sort of a second layer, I guess. They really give a lovely sort of wet look. This is quite a wearable shade. I thought it was gonna be very vibrant, but it's not, which I sort of like. I would see myself using this actually a little bit more. And I'm gonna see if I can blend it with my brush. Yeah, that sort of diffused any harsh edges. It does bring the shimmer up a little bit higher, so bear that in mind if you do not like shimmer in your crease. You might want to have to be a bit more precise with it, or it could just not be a product for you. To be honest, it's sort of setting down and feeling dry to the touch, which is nice because that makes me think it won't crease or anything, which we do not want. Yeah, that feels completely dry to the touch now. Little bits are transferring, but not a lot. I'm gonna see if what happens if I layer a tiny bit more now it's dried. I didn't bunch up weirdly at all. I just think that added a little bit more of the colour and shine. That is a great one and done sort of look. If I show you up close, there's no creasing. It's got a really nice sort of metallic look, nice and shimmery. I want to test a little bit of the Sparkling Champagne shade, so I'm gonna take it on a brush and see what happens there. I'm gonna put it in my inner corner and just bring it in a little bit. That is very shiny and I really want to try it on my eyes soon. I think that'd be so pretty. So I'm gonna just throw on some mascara. Okay, and that is the look with the mascara on. I love these tones. I think they're so flattering and everything looks so glowy and healthy, and I love this so much. I feel very summery, which isn't so fitting for January, but I don't care. I really like it. Yeah, wow, this is so nice. And then products all felt such high quality, like they blend well, good pigmentation, they look really nice on the skin. I think they look very high end. So this is how the makeup looks from a distance. I just think it looks so healthy and glowy and beautiful. I really like this, like a lot. It's such just a simple, pretty, elegant look. All the products also feel very luxe, like this is like a glass packaging. It's very heavy and these are plastic, but they're so beautiful to look at and they have this really lovely pattern on them, which is so pretty. But yes, that's all from me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. Check me out on Instagram at Time to Put My Face On if you enjoy product photography, reviews, swatches and all that. I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye.